Here. This is what I've been talking about. You can really see it now after the rain, but that was the topsoil. You can see that the roots have like this far, and that's for every kind of plant. Grass doesn't really mind, but you can imagine with other stuff, it gets kind of hairy when right underneath your feet is solid clay and rocks, just down, down, down. I mean, this shit is solid. Like, I could put a nice little layer of plastic something and have a little pool here. Oh, my cousin was here. We were ramping. But after the rain, you can really see I was throwing a bunch of the topsoil, we'll call it, because it's on top and it has plants growing out of it, so I guess it's soil. But man, you wouldn't take this if somebody was giving it to you for your garden. Oh, look what I just pulled out from under my hand, just moving it around. So I'm pretty sure, like I said in other videos, that whatever was here burned down, and they just collapsed it and buried this fucking shit. Things I do for the fungus colony, you know? Because really that's what it comes down to. And some of the roots, because these guys are suffering. Trying to pull up his glass just everywhere, man. But you can see, like, I stopped going in here because his roots are starting to come out in places. That's, I'm pretty sure, him. But he can't go down. They just have to go out straight. So all of these fucking guys are in kind of a bad way. So I was putting more on top of them, try to help give them, feel like they have depth to them, but they really don't. Because this fucking shit goes the whole way back. I mean, you can see how far I dug down, and then where I stopped because I hit roots. You can see the roots there. But even in that top part, that's actually specifically there is where I was getting those red, like pinkish mushrooms that had like these really white balls. I don't know, like underground. Instead of like a whole colony, it was like little balls. And then they would get a cone on them, and when it would stick out of the ground, like once it hit the sun, it would turn pink or red. And it would only last like in the mornings. It was really fragile kind of mushroom. I don't know. I kept breaking it when I tried to get pictures of it though, so I don't have any good pics. But the colony's doing great in this patch because I put compost on top of the ground here. That's what these logs are about. So technically there's a colony right there of mycelia and different kinds of mushrooms in the wood and shit that I brought down. But I'm kind of worried about this side too, because when I was fucking around with a couple, like my elephant ear was here. I'm going to try to keep them warm this year. Dude, I thought this was like an animal when I was out here and I grabbed it, and it was like a broken leg. I don't know. It was like a big dick sticking out of the ground, the way it looked before. All bent over and brown. It was so fucking gross. But anyway, that's why that hay's there. My mom got hay for the cats, but not our cats. Cats that come from outside. I'm going to try to keep them warm. But look at this. This was an original walk place to the house. So there was a walkway that came down here, or something at one point. Something was here. Tom Tam? Maybe it's a cat. I don't know. But usually, I mean, in Mifflin County here, a lot of people used to write when they would pour. And it's pretty common. Anyway, but now there's one over here. And that goes underneath that fucking porch. I don't know. I'm bitching about old stuff. Just trying to get all this shit in order. Look at that. I put some hay down here. This kitty's sleeping in it in the corner. Not now, of course, but. Dude. I took all the leaves from over there and carried them over here. That's like leaves. A lot of fucking leaves. So look at this shit. That pile. I put that slide on the other side for my cousin sometimes, but whatever. That pile, you can see I added some fresh today. That's all from that fucking hole. And that's not even all that came out of it, because I separated the big rocks. to put in the rest of the garden. So I got even more of them. Like this thing's full of rocks. This thing, bricks. You know, there's like a brickwork in there. So I don't know. Just kind of going over some stuff. Been moved and everything around on nice days. This is like the last nice day, so basically cleaning it up, moving rocks around. Lots of fucking rocks to move. All these came out of the ground. All under the ground in this yard. See them all? Pull these all out. And it's like, what do you do with all them rocks? Well, fucking you don't know when you have them all at once. It's a red bud. Morning glory, yeah, morning glory. The morning glories are over there. This is the moonflower. He's blowing up all over. I'm gonna have to get some seeds and take them inside. And people, don't eat this shit. The Torah is not the way. There's a difference between connecting with a plant and having a mystical experience and being poisoned by a plant. Does this plant look friendly? Does it look like it wants you to eat it? I know it's a defense mechanism, you think, but it's not. It's actually, it hooks on to animals as they walk, and then it splits open in weird different places where they lay down. Like the animal will lay down, and it'll be where the moons are at, and the sun, you know, sun and whatever. It'll be in a nice place. And that's how you get them spread around. But it's not like, hey, I'm delicious, eat me. And it's not, I mean, you do what you want, man, but fuck. I remember ever since I was little, we've always had moonflowers, and it was like, you know, once you learn how to talk to plants, they tell you what the deal is, and the fruit bears the experience. Like, it looks like what it feels like. It says it like it is, you know? The mushroom has a colony, a whole, it's a many, seemingly many-headed thing that sprouts from a hole, and its head blooms and shoots spores below, right? Well, that fucking thing comes from a beautiful flower, yeah, but is this camera fucked up? I think the camera's fucked up. But the fruit is a prickly one. So I don't know. Do what that will, I guess. So that's the fucking yard for now. I need ideas. Well, I need hands. More than mine, because they're sore. That's why I'm doing this. I'm delaying the inevitable. Because my cousin got rid of his truck. We're going to get dirt and fill that in. And I don't know when I'm going to do that. It's going to be a hole in the yard. For a minute. That'll be fun. Anywho. Love is the law. Love Underwell.